In this video, we'll talk about forms. What are forms? Form can be used in HTML to get information about something from somebody. So we could use forms and for different use, such as creating of accounts, creating of emails. That's of course of account. So we could also use it for shopping website. So just know that forms are used to get info of individuals. So how do we get forms into our HTML? To get a simple form, you just go with the form tag form. So form helps you um do a lot of things. As you can see, the action, we're going to be talking about that when we're discussing about PHP. So for now, let's stick with the major form. So for forms, the main thing in form is your input and your label. So that is what we're going to discuss in this video. So first of all, I want to get an input for name and call it name, a label for name. Now we'll put this in the inputs and we'll call this input for text. And sorry, the next we'll call label, and we'll say input for email, and we say email. Okay, then we put the input. So this time we're going to choose input for email. If you notice, the input for text, we just said for name input type to be text, which means your name should be in alphabetical or text, no matter the kind of language you speak. So it should be in text. Okay, so when we save, we get a field for name and a field for email. But I want you to notice something about input and label. Let us notice something about them. Please take note. Okay, my live server is disconnected, so I have to connect it back. Just give me a minute. Okay, it's connected. So if you notice, even though the name and the input are on different lines, they appear together. It means they are inline elements. So your input and your span are example of inline elements. Even your image is an example of inline elements. So what do we do to make them orderly like we have in most forms? So we could initiate a line break by adding the BR in between each of the words. So add BR, BR, BR. So after doing that, we come now and we see that we have successfully made them into block elements and they're looking nice and clean. So now if we fill in the field, that is our input for name and email. So in the next video, we'll talk more about forms.